Hello? Is anybody out there? Can you hear me? Welcome to V100 TV. Real conversations with real people. All of this has been an evolution. Like, nothing about this journey is how I thought it was going to be. You know, shout out to the Free Game Society, man. Shout out to everybody, Team 100. Shout out to everybody that just keeps rocking, that understands what's going on here. We're just trying to make changes without compromising the truth, right? We're not up here just for the views. We're here for the impact. But you know, you be the judge, man. Lock in with us. We can agree to disagree, you know. But regardless, we're going to keep it 100. You can't keep it 100 with anybody unless you keep it 100 with yourself, man. Let's be clear. You gotta come correct, man. They'll pick you apart nowadays, man. People doing homework, you know what I'm talking about? So when we talk, we talking from a perspective of experience. We talking through the life journey, our ups and downs. You know, we giving it to you that way, right? But who are we though, man? We just like y'all. You ready? Alright, well, come on in, we going in. V100 TV. Y'all better tap in, man. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button, all that stuff, man. So when we live, y'all live, man. Become a part of the conversation, man. It's not my platform, it's our platform. 100. You just let that ride, man. You know what I'm saying? 100. That's all I know. Yeah. I think we on to something, man. And oh, by the way, free my brother, man. Free Jefferson Ellie, aka Poetic Life of Law, man. Free all my brothers. Free everybody needs to be free. Y'all know what we're doing this for. There's a backstory behind everything. Let's go.
Kageutsu. Right.
Fire that shit up, man.
Hey, and now it's time to turn the heat on. The beat tremble when I hop on. Finally seen them get your popcorn. It's showtime, turn the lights on. I'm in my prime time while others buying time. I see the birds, they flying by. Now they wanna send me high fives. My niggas send me satisfied. You don't want no smoke with me, so I'm not even gonna pop it. If you got a problem with ass, we get added up and then solve it. I don't really need the entourage and all of y'all smoking on sausage y'all. If they thinking I'ma turn my back on y'all, cause I would never even turn my back on y'all, bitch. I am the capital, they are the lowercase. My struggle I tried to embrace, but I'm ready for something to break. If you play with me, I'ma break your face. A lot of y'all ain't got nothing on me, so you can never even win this race. And yes, I am back, and yes, I am better. Man, fuck it, better, I do this shit better.
I've been no Christmas Day, so I'm walking now on the glass floors. I've been sitting out on the outside, now they waiting for the encore.
I ain't looking for no handout. In the crowd sits, I stand out. And you better run now. Or it's a man down. Hey, I've been just swagging the sound. My niggas, they carry that house and I'm hitting the muscle. I run on my hustle, who's put on the muzzle. You talking that mumble? Not talking about no rap. These niggas been on cap. Ayy, I hop in the hop out. And this is a melody, no clout. Ayy, I've been moving on the move. Ain't no time to get lazy. I'm in the back smoking hazy. Dashboard hitting on 80, baby. Ha, this music shit is my baby. Even the vision is shady. And they tryna, but they can never replace me. Real expensive is the vibe. Had to get rid of the spice. The service we still on them lies. I'm trying to keep God in my eyes, cause all I want is the prize. Overcrowded in my head. The order is driving me crazy. Like I said, ain't no time to get lazy. I've been climbing to the top, so they know that I got it on lock. My throne, my crown, my team, my position. Yeah, I got them on lock. I don't fuck with these beyonds. And the ones that don't speak on. Only him with Decepticons. Hit the scoreboard and put my shoes on, bitch. I am the one who they looking for. I am the one who they looking for. I am the one who they looking for. Yes, I am the one who they looking for. Yes, I am the one who they looking for. I am the one who they looking for. I am the one who they looking for. Hit the scoreboard and put my shoes on.
Yeah.
Peace to the planet Earth. If you don't know, let me let you know now. This is D100
Whosoever
TV.
is born of God doth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin, because he is born of God.
Okay.
That was that Conway the Machine and West Side Gun. My fault. That was earlier. Let me get back to it. This is a live stream. If you don't know, this is D100 TV. It's real. It's raw. It's uncut. It's explicit. It's real and explicit.
You know what I'm saying?
I had to put that together, man. Shout out to my special guest co-host today on this wonderful Wednesday, man. Hopefully y'all blessed out there, and if you are going through something, hopefully you pushing through it, man. That's a part of life. And I heard a piece a couple days ago. I think DJ Ghost has said it on a piece. He said the good news is you made it through 100% of your worst days. You already been through it. So hey, formula, you already know it. Keep going. Yep. You got it. Man, 100. Shout out, 100. Shout out to everybody. You already know. That's all we know, man. Shout out to everybody that's a part of this thing. Shout out to everybody that's been commenting, hitting the messages, all that. Just making the suggestions with content and just people wanting to be a part of the platform. Definitely want to thank you guys at the top of this. Salute to all the dope people that I'm meeting here in Atlanta. I'm from Chicago, but Atlanta has definitely welcomed me, man. So shout out to Atlanta. Shout out. We did a panel. Your girl MJ facilitated that. She hosted that, put that thing together for her show on your Hip Hop Network TV. And the dope thing about that was I Am Chelsea Speaks, who was on the panel, came to my school today, spoke to the students, met a guy up there on deck, KT. We talk basically every day. That's like my brother now. Man, we got Real and Explicit, who's up here, that was on the panel. It was a dope event, man. So I just wanted to introduce to the world some dope people I met today, another dope individual I met today. And that's Real and Explicit. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself, tell everybody what they may need to know about you, etc., because I already know you got a lot to say.
Hey y'all, it's your girl, the Ballhead Scallywag. It's your girl, Real and Explicit, right here on D100 TV. And you know, like the hoodie say, 100. Okay.
I was feeling that. When I seen it. I was like, yeah.
He said, I like your hoodie. I said, oh yeah, you're right.
Hey, I gotta get me one now.
Yeah, shoot, Amazon.
A lot.
But yeah, so I'm originally from Maryland. I'm from the DMV. Looks like I should take this off so you can really hear me with the headphones. But I am from the DMV. I'm from Maryland. I've been living here since last year, 2021, June 24th. Will not forget that day. And I've been really busting my behind since I've been here. And I would have to say now, I feel like, I guess it's like a transition period. I don't really know what God is doing, but I'm over here just like, okay, I'm gonna just wait my turn, I guess. So
let me ask you real quick, because we just at the top of that, we just played one of your videos. You know what I'm saying? We got into that, so we know you're an artist. You were on the panel. You had so much to say. I was checking out, you know what I'm saying, your profile. I think it said radio host up there. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. I am a radio host as well. I'm a radio host for 106 Live Radio. FM station, Bridge Club Crew, CRU, check us out. And I'm also a correspondent for DLE Radio. Shout out to Quay. And I'm cooking up another radio host position. So waiting to get the paperwork back, but I already had the meeting. I got hired on the job, hired on the team, just waiting to get my paperwork back to sign the dotted line, and now I'll be on 3. So yeah.
All right. That's fire. Congrats on that. Definitely. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not from the DMV area. I'm from Chicago, but I got in trouble in the DMV area. That's where I was out. I was in Fredericksburg. I was in Virginia, but I was from Virginia. I was from Fredericksburg to Silver Springs. You know what I'm saying? I was in DC. I was on G Street, so I know a little bit about that. I know a little bit about the people out there. So I'm thinking about both you and I. We came to Atlanta. Did you come to Atlanta with a goal in mind? Did you just want to switch scenes? Did you? Because it's definitely, to me, it's two different environments, the DMV versus Atlanta all day.
Oh man, it is. I had 2 goals. One was to change the scenery, because when you stay in one place, sometimes you get comfortable and you get stagnant. And me being me, I'm a very active person, so I'm not about to stay in one place. Like, I think it's because naturally I'm fidgety, and yeah, I just knew it was time to leave. And then the other goal was to grow. I knew that here I could grow further because of the opportunities and the pool of opportunities out here is definitely not in the DMV. So it's just like, eventually you're going to have to go. And DC, Maryland, Virginia is not known for music. Not as big. You know, you do have Missy Elliott, you do have Logic, you do have Chris Brown, Pharrell. We got a few people from the DMV. Rico Nasty, Big Flop, Wale. So don't get it twisted. We got some people out there. Van Hunt, Izzy from Baltimore. Krishan Rock, she's from Baltimore as well. So we got some people, but the connections to help you grow is definitely not out there. So eventually you're going to have to branch out. So that was my 2 goals, to grow and to leave.
So let me ask you this, right? I love music. I grew up on music. I grew up in a weird situation. I grew up with a Mexican father and a black mother. So I had Tejano music, country, western, soul, R&B. I pay attention to music, and one of the reasons I wanted you up here is because I checked out your music. I was like, yo, she different. I was like, she's different. So now it's starting to click because you're from DMV. And when I first and foremost, when I think about the music scene in the DMV, I'm a little bit older than you. I'm thinking about Junkyard, Rare Essence, Backyard Man. You know what I'm saying? I was out there I was going to the go-go area, you know, in the hole and all that. So, but I know rap like Wale, Fat Trail. There's a couple of dudes I know. There's another dude. He was with CMG. I forgot his name. I just heard him. Shy Glizzy. So there's certain dudes from the city, but like you said, for whatever reason, you can't break through. And there's so much dope talent out there in the DMV area. But so you come to Atlanta, 2021. Was it a plan? June 24th? That's the day after my birthday. I remember that day as well. Sheesh.
Oh wow.
Wow. But like, did you come out here with a plan? Did you just say, you know what? I'm done. I'm about to take off.
Well, I didn't have a plan, but God had a plan, but I didn't have a plan. I don't know.
Who needs one? Who needs one though?
Sometimes the plan is just faith. That's the only part of the plan. Just go out there on faith. Well, when I first came here, I didn't technically necessarily need a plan because I was a part of an independent label. Didn't work out. I was in a girl group. Didn't work out. So from October 16th to now, November 9th, for a whole year and some change, I have been busting my behind independently because after that situation happened, it's like it lit a fire under my behind. And I was like, you know what? I don't have a plan, but guys, you know, I know what you're gonna do. Not really, but hey, we're gonna figure it out. But I know that if I'm placed in these places, I'm gonna show up and show out. That's all I know. But on the background, when it comes to like my rollout plan and my business plan, those I've been writing out because you have to plan that type of stuff out. But as far as like me, myself, and where I'm gonna go, nah. Let it flow. And recently I just let go of my managers. So now it's me back to me. But I was like, you know what, God, you can manage me at this point. You will take me where I'm supposed to go. Because I don't know nothing out here. You know, I'm still learning what's out here. Let me say that. I'm still finding who's right for me and who's not, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know what, you do what you want to do and leave me there. And I'm gonna just go there happily and just show out. Like, so I didn't really have a plan because in the beginning I didn't really necessarily need a plan because I was under someone else's blueprint at the time. But then after that, I still didn't have a full-on plan. I just knew that if I'm invited somewhere and it makes sense, I'm gonna be there. There you go. Yeah. Like that was it.
You know what? And what I know is you don't ever want it to work out right the first time. Because when it comes to the people around you, when it comes to your brand, when it comes to, you know, you don't want that to work out because you'll never have the right people around you. You know what I'm saying?
And you'll never learn.
Right. You go now when you come into, not only you gonna meet the right people, but you're gonna be prepared because you've seen some of the, you know what you see, man. We done all, if you are an entrepreneur, you done seen it, and it came at the weirdest times from the people. Hey man, I could write a book just on that alone.
I think all of us can.
Yeah, man. So look, I want to back it up just a little bit more. What you do a lot. Obviously, you're one that excels. You're adding to the list. You sound like me. You probably don't sleep that much. Congratulations, welcome to the club. Hey, I get it though. But what the music side? What drove you there? Or is it just you're into art? Is there a story behind it? What's the reason?
I have been in love with music since I was 3. Actually, it's just naturally always been a part of me. And then me going from, because I sing, I can sing. I started off singing. I still do sing, but people want me to sing more. But I'm like, let me do me, thanks. But yeah, I've always had a knack for music since I was a baby, a toddler. And then going from that to being in the choir for years. And then I went to college, went to Frostburg State. I left because it was just too much going on. And did the university chorale. That was cute. It helped expand my voice even more, so I'll give it that. But when it really hit me that I wanted to do music was when I was 15. I wrote my first song. It was a gospel song. Wrote it, and we performed it at my school's spring recital that we had in the orchestra. And that moment was moving for me. It was moving for everybody there too. But it was moving for me because I was like, I want to do this. Like, I want to be on stage. I want to perform. I want to be able to touch somebody. Even if I don't end up doing gospel music, I still want to have somebody feeling good. Like, I like that response because you heard me. So you heard what I said. Okay, cool. Like, we can keep doing this. And then went to college 2017. I finally made my decision that I was going to do music. Like, I want to be an artist. I want to do this. Like, this is me. And, it grew from there. I changed my name and my look and my message after the first year of me coming out because I needed to. And an old friend of mine helped me realize you need to be more authentic to yourself. And that's how Real and Explicit was born. It's short for Ray. Ray's my nickname for my real name. I'm not going to tell you that. It just grew and blossomed from there. And that's why I know now where I'm at now. I feel like now I'm at a turning point. Now my hair is officially the color I actually been wanting it for years, and I just could not figure out how to do it. Now I got it. So I'm like, no, the brand is blossoming more and more. I've met so many people. I've done so many things that I would have never thought I could have ever did, especially since I moved here. I accomplished a lot more here in a year and change versus the 4 years back at home. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. So, I I just always had a love for music. I always had a knack for it. Writing was always my thing. I was in AP literature class, doing poetry. Like, it was always my thing. So I made that decision. Early on, I actually wanted to quit, but it wasn't until a good friend of mine, he had one of his songs played on one of the top radio stations back at home. And I tuned in to support, but listening to him, I was like, dag, like, if he can do it, why can't I again? What was stopping me? I mean, at the time, I was trying to be an artist in college. I'm looking like, well, how am I supposed to do in college? But I started it, made it shake, left school, and still kept going after that. Like, my parents sent me Christmas money, 2018, Christmas going into 2019. I took that money and went straight to the studio and recorded my first project. Boom, my first EP.
Hey,
so,
let me stop you right there real quick, because you said a couple of things. You said, well, I want to touch on this first. You reinvented yourself. It's not even, you reinvented yourself, yes, but you authenticate, I don't even know the word. You became your authentic self, right?
Yeah.
I want to say, for me, it took me into my 30s, right? I'm in my 30s now, and it took me into my 30s to really learn how to be my authentic self. I fed into for me in a different way. I fed into the street image. I got a reputation. You know what I'm saying? That I was not at peace. Now, man, I like going to some park somewhere, walk the dogs, you know what I'm saying? Barefoot out there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to vibe out, chill. That's it. Have good conversations. Total opposite than what I was, putting out in the world. And when I was putting out what I wasn't, the stuff that I wasn't at peace with came back to me. But when I stepped over there and I started being, authentic, then I was like, dang, I started meeting people that were authentic too. And their values were in line. I could network with people because we were all headed the same direction. So shout out to you on that. But to somebody that's struggling with image, that might be feeling a pressure to whether it's be the audience, whether it's a kid at school, however you want to look at it, like, what do you tell them in order, like, what advice can you give them to take that step, to convince them to be themselves and find that peace a little bit quicker than later?
You got to be confident in the choice, but you got to be brave. In the beginning, I was mad at her because I was like, who does she think she's trying to tell me who I am? But for some reason, the more I thought about it, I'm like, nah, she's right. Like, sometimes you got to realize for yourself, like, I need to change. And I need to be okay to be confident in me making that change. Because change is supposed to be uncomfortable. If it's not uncomfortable, then you should not be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Then don't do it. Because if you want something to keep you comfortable, stay there. But if you want to change, you have to accept the fact that you're going to have to be uncomfortable, because that uncomfortability builds to growth. And ever since I made that change, I have been growing more and more into my sound, into my image, my brand. Like, people have noticed, no, you got a brand. Like, it's a brand, yes, that's building, but people can tell, no, she got a brand behind her, though. It helps you become more polished as well within yourself. And I still have my days with my confidence. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm not doing enough. But that's human. You're going to feel like that. But the moment you feel like you're not doing enough, know that means that you're doing a lot. So it's just about being confident in yourself to take that step and change, but also being brave. Because some people in this world tend to be scared to even sometimes be scared to cut their hair this short. And it's just like, I tell anybody, like, I've heard females tell me, oh, I love your hair color. I couldn't do that. Yes, you can. Just do it. Find the one that fits you. Find the cut that fits your face type and just do it. I tell anybody, just do it. Like, people have asked me about my neck tattoo. Oh, did it hurt? I don't know. Just do it. Because you only live once. And
one life to live, man.
Right. So it's just like, I would encourage anybody, just do it. Like, but find that bravery and that strength in yourself to do it. That's my best advice. But if you feel the urge to do it, that means 9 times out of 10, listen to that feeling, because that means it might lead you to a place that you couldn't take yourself, staying comfortable, before that change. So I mean, that's my best advice. I say just do it. Take some time to think about it for yourself, and shoot, even if you gotta write it out so you can see what you're trying to do. I don't care if you gotta go to Pinterest and find clothing pieces to go with. You know what I'm saying? Do what you have to do to prepare yourself to be confident in making that brave choice. So yeah.
Yeah. And once you do it once, it's easy to do it twice. I promise.
Yep.
And the third and fourth time, you ain't even gonna think about it. It's just gonna become natural.
And it's okay to keep reinventing yourself too. People think that you can only do it one time. No, you have however many years God gave you to live. You better use them years and take hold of it and change as many times as you feel. Because at the end of the day, when you change that much, that doesn't mean that you're all over the place and scatterbrained. No, you're just trying to find you. And sometimes it takes a process to find you. But in the process you find you, you're chiseling away those pieces that you don't want to be no more. You're seeing those things about you that you just like, I don't like that, so let me cut that out. Change helps you grow. Change helps you see the things that you should let go, people you should let go, habits you should let go. But if you never find out how or who you are, that new version of you, and take yourself on that journey of that change to get there, you're never going to know, and then you're never going to grow. So yeah.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna go this direction. We both in Atlanta. I had KT up here from he's down here in the city. Well, we down here in the city. RIP Takeoff. Right.
Boy.
That's a whole messed up situation. I don't even necessarily want to get into that situation as much as I want to get into what you're seeing when it comes to the mind state of the artists in the game right now. Because I know you probably, you might go to different performances, events, etc. We were at the networking event. So I feel like you're having conversations with different people. Do you feel like music, when it comes to, I'm going to say hip hop, just things that, a lot of us are listening to, do you feel like it's ever going to change and get away from that kind of violent culture? Or do you think we on for a ride right now?
I think we're on for a ride right now, because it's like, I feel like something happened to people from this pandemic. I think with people being in the house, my church was just talking about this morning. That's kind of funny. When you're in the house and you're either alone or you're in the house secluded and quarantined and stuff like that, you're sitting in your thoughts. You're sitting in those intrusive thoughts. You're sitting in those negative thoughts. You're sitting in those violent thoughts. You're sitting in those. And now, if you think about it, now that we're not on lockdown, what has happened ever since lockdown? We have had a higher rate of murders. Not crime. Yeah. Crime, yes. But who wasn't stealing and robbing? It's been a little bit higher, but we've had a higher percentage of murders for the past 2 going on 3 years after
it's crazy.
We were locked down. Not before, after. So it trickling in the music industry, it's music. It's the music. These are products of the environment, and it's the music. Recipes to Takeoff. I'm not gonna lie, that out of all the rappers that we have lost, which are still tragic regardless, that one bothered my spirit the most, because it's like, not only was he not a part of it, really, but it's sad to see someone who never was in any mess, you know what I'm saying, lose their life. But even with all the fallen soldiers we've lost, him, Trouble, Nipsey, Vaughn, Pop, like many X, a lot of them we've lost. JD Youngin, who was PNB Rock. It's just like, this is a product of the environment that COVID lockdown has created. And that is what the agenda is. This depopulation, that's what is going on. Whether it's the government's fault or our fault. Either way, they're just trying to lower the count of human beings. That's it. But when it comes to our community, let them take themselves out. They'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But it's worse in the industry because these labels are ran by Jews or white people who use Black people as puppets because we are gold of entertainment. Just saying, we are the gold in general. But y'all are putting men, Black men, who are products of the streets in these lights, and now that artist development is no longer offered in labels, this is what we're going to get. Labels need to step up. Security, one, because I don't understand why there was no security. I'm still lost about how there was no security around these people. I'm confused. I don't care if I'm going to a porta potty. I should always have guards around me, no matter if I'm at a bowling alley, in a dice game, whatever the situation is, wherever I'm at, I should be protected by not one, but two. So that's what still has me like, this would have never happened if there's a proper protection was there, I'm pretty sure. But I digress. This is just a product of labels not doing their job. They're not caring, because I feel like if there's artist development, we would have this problem. Because that, or counseling, or therapy, you know what I'm saying? Now, I've been hearing a lot of different stories about how this happened, but there's one story I heard that sounded a little bit more like it because it was from people who were actually there. But it's just like, no matter what story anybody's putting, it's about the fact that these labels do not care enough. Yeah. Juice WRLD. Yeah. Prime example. When you have an artist that you can, Mac Miller, when you have artists that you can tell are going through some type of drug situation, since that is the product that's making you money, wouldn't you want to do what you can to make sure all the bells and whistles are right? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there should be clauses sometimes to protect the artists from themselves.
Exactly. And there isn't, because they don't care, because majority of the artists out there are what? African American. So they're not really automatically going to care. Now, if you give it labels that do, cool. But this is why it's important to read contracts, be discerning about who's around you. You know, King Von's situation, for instance. You know what I'm saying? He had all them men, his men around him, the same men that he gave back to, and nobody was able to save his life. But one person tried? I don't get it. One or two people out of how many men? You have to just be careful. But in regards to the violent scene, I think we're just on a ride right now. It's a sick ride, because I'm not okay with it. Because there's a lot of us suffering from it. But I'm not okay with it. And I think it's just a product of the environment that has been produced from this whole lockdown situation. Because ever since lockdown has been lifted up, it has been way more murders, senseless murders ever since. Because folks sat in those evil thoughts in the house, sat watching those numbers going up and down of people who were passing away from COVID. They filled their heads with stuff like that. So it's going to eventually pop and come out, and that's what it's been doing ever since. And I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to change this course. I don't know I just know that I just can tell you, like you said, I think we're just on a ride, and it's going to be one of those things where, unfortunately, it may have to just play itself out. And prayers to take off and his family. His funeral is this Friday, so anybody that's going, just be safe when you go out there. I was thinking about going, but I wasn't sure yet. But it just hurt me more because I was literally at their Infinity album release party, October 4th. That was my first time ever seeing Migos even that close. You know what I'm saying? I was really close. So to go from seeing him to weeks later, I hear this, I wake up to it. I'm just like, and it also prayers to Rich Soul too, because they lost one of their members as well to their group, and he was sick. From my understanding, he was sick, so it wasn't nothing like tragic like that. But again, I was at their release party. They celebrated their release party too, and then weeks later, so it's just like prayers to both families right now, and especially Migos themselves, because I know they split, you know what I'm saying? So now it's just Offset and Quavo, and I'm just hoping even if they don't bring it together in a duo, just do something, together. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that would be what Takeoff would have wanted, so.
I think, like, certain deaths definitely stick out more what the first death I would say from 2020 and beyond that I remember was Kobe and his daughter and the other passengers. I remember that day. It was some, I just remember that day, and then I'll remember this one because I was driving. It was like 5 in the morning. It was really early in the morning, and I'm listening to Breakfast Club, and Angela Yee, she was like, she said, "Oh God," and she's like, "Hopefully it's not true." And they paused, or they went off air. When they came back, by then you're like, "Oh no, who got killed?" You know what I'm saying? And when they said him, it was crazy because I had just watched the Drink Champs.
Their interview.
Yeah, and it was crazy because, man, it's bittersweet because Nori, their whole show was about giving you your flowers while you're here. And when you look at the interview, man, he said Takeoff was saying some things that make you think now, like, damn. But from all accounts, he was an old soul. He just wanted to rap, smoke, chill. You know what I'm saying? He showed love. He took care of his family.
And he was so sweet. I can just say he was such, and everybody, they said, bro, he was the sweetest soul you will ever meet. And I'm getting emotional because I don't like this. Like, it's not, I think it's because I'm an empath, because even when Kobe passed and his daughter, I didn't know much about this man and his daughter, but I still cried because I think I felt someone's pain somewhere. And it's just like, it sucks when it's the sweetest souls, man. And I can just tell, like, even seeing his vibe when I was at their album release party, I could just tell, like now looking back at being there, I'm like, I could just tell that everybody was definitely right about him. Like, even just sensing him from afar, like, he was the sweetest soul, humblest soul ever. And it's just, it just sucks. It just really sucks.
I hope what it does, I know it woke some people up, and hopefully it shines a light that this happens every day in cities all across the country to names we'll never know. Mothers that are probably crying right now, daughters without their fathers, etc. It was just tough. We're in a weird age now. Social media is crazy, and they post everything. And for me, I want to get into the story to see what's going on. And I went to TMZ because TMZ, I'm not saying they official, but I'm trying to they're pretty good with facts, right? By all accounts. And
right, because they're a mess.
Right. But they had the video, and I'm not one to watch video. I'm not into that, but it happened fast, and my heart dropped because I'm just like, you go. And this to anybody that's out there, man. So you know you're not invincible. This is a guy that was a millionaire. Whatever. He's out there with his uncle. I don't even know the situation. I just seen people arguing. At the end of the day, they probably thought they were protected because we feed into this stereotype, and no disrespect to his camp, his homeboys, none of that. You know what I'm saying? They probably did try to protect them. But man, we got to get to a place where when you reach a certain level, you don't even need protection because you're not going into places that you need it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the bigger message, man. We gotta stop shooting. Not to single that out, but just as a reminder, learn something from this situation. I feel like don't let his loss of life be for nothing. Learn from something. You know what I'm saying? Get to a level. Yeah. You don't got to be on the balcony shooting dice. You don't got to argue with who XYZ. You don't have nothing to prove, man. You got your family. You got mouths to feed. Hey, go take trips, do all that stuff, man. But I think that was the hardest part because you could tell he was just chilling. Had nothing to do with it. And he
was in the background smoking, just chilling, man.
Yeah, wrong place, wrong time. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. And then there's people that's going to be impacted. I know his mama seen the video. You know what I'm saying? I know
Quavo is messed up right now.
Yeah, that's
a
hard
thing.
Sit
down and just to the side until next year because that's your nephew. You know what I'm saying? And you're seeing your nephew like that. And the video I saw wasn't even the before it happened. I saw the aftermath. That's the video I saw first. And I said, you know what? I don't even want to go back and find out. I don't even want to go back and find out what happened. It was, oh my God, it was disturbing. and the scream that Quavo let out, that's when my heart dropped because it broke him. And then I see the video somebody posted, I think today, a person at the plane station, and they were saying Quavo leaving the plane station, the airport. I think the plane station, the airport.
Plane gotta go to the plane station later on. Hold on, I'm going to the plane station.
The airport. Y'all who are watching, don't judge me.
You said the train port?
Stop it.
Oh, all right. Not bad.
We got the plane station and the train port. So,
yeah.
When he was leaving the airport. Oh my God, I cannot. The caption was, Quavo leaving the airport without takeoff. And I said, that's anybody though. You imagine you're out somewhere with your peoples and you out with them, and then you imagine next moment later you come back home without them, like permanently without them. Like, and I really do pray for his mom, but I also pray for Quavo's mental because, I'm given by how they used to live. It might have been his first time, but it's your family, and it's your nephew, and it's your baby nephew. You know what I'm saying? So,
no question.
My prayers is to his spiritual and mental right now, because I know that was not easy to witness. And y'all, we just got to, like you said, we gotta learn from this. We have to officially learn from all of these fallen soldiers, all these fathers, these nephews, these brothers, nephews, these brothers, these friends, entrepreneurs, millionaires, husbands. We gotta take all of these losses that we've had in the past 4 years, mind you, and we as a people have to learn from this. We have to, because at this point, at some point, we have to sit down with ourselves and be like, okay, what can we do to stop this? Words are not enough.
We got to hold ourselves accountable, man.
Yeah, words are not enough no more. Now it's about, we need to have big brothers. Like, we need big brothers in our community to step up and really, and we need to stop being against each other. Because it's about how we against each other, but we the same. Like, bro.
Right. And that's what I was gonna say. I think I seen an interview with G Herbo, and the different, he's a Chicago artist, the drill scene, all that's still crazy. But the difference with him is he went through what he went through with a court case, but he's got a team of older guys around him that are kind of coaching him, and you can hear him when he speaks. He's being mentored. So definitely, man, my dudes my age, stop asking how can you help. Just go to the trenches. That's all you gotta do. If you're down here, go to Candler Road, Camden, Glen, wherever you want to go. You go anywhere in Atlanta. You can have a conversation with a young man. You can start the day, because the thing is, like you said, violence is at an all-time high. People lost a lot of loved ones. Drug use is at an all-time high. It's it is what it is. And social media, everybody's got something to prove. Everybody. And for whatever reason, people are living like they got reset buttons. And you don't. We said it earlier. You got one life to live, man. Find your peace. Be authentic. If you're authentic to yourself, I guarantee you're gonna find your peace. I guarantee it, man. Almost 100%, man. Let me ask you this. I want to switch it up. We talked about the state of the music as we know it, as we're seeing it. Hopefully, something changes, right? But to an artist that's getting into the game, that's really trying to get into it, that maybe doesn't know where to start. Maybe he's getting ready to make a move, jump to Nashville, Atlanta, some musical city, and just go. What are some tips of survival, or just some good tips to the game that maybe you could pass on to them?
Ooh, let me tell you something. You're gonna need a whole big bucket, and I mean a big ass bucket. A big bucket. 3 big buckets.
3?
3
That's
big buckets of faith. Maybe, probably, matter of fact, you better fill up this entire bucket. Tell you, you're gonna need a lot of faith. Literally.
Yeah.
It takes not just faith in the move, but faith in yourself, faith in God, or whatever higher power you believe in. I don't judge, but you're going to have faith. Only because you do not know. You do not know how this is going to go. You do not know if it's going to work or not. You do not know if you're going to make it or not. You don't know. But shoot, hell, you better go find out, because if you don't go, you're going to be living through your life wishing that you should have, could have, would have, or what if. And that's the worst type of regret you ever want to live and then die with. Because here's the thing, like, the very blessing that is on your life, if you don't take the action or the steps to go after it, it can be given to somebody else. And you're going to be watching somebody else living the life that you could have had. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to live. You don't want that to happen. So if you are considering that move, what I just say earlier, do it. Like, seriously, do it. Do it. Even if you just need to get out of your environment, your area is dangerous or whatever it is, do it. Because at the end of the day, you come here alone and you leave out alone. Like, unless you got a twin that come after you out of your mama, even then, your twin gonna go alone too. And that's just life. So why live a life here? Why live in life traditional? Be a little unorthodox. Go out there. Like, do it. Right now, everything in life right now is unorthodox. So why can't you be a part of the unorthodoxness? That's probably not a word, but I made the word today. But like,
why not?
That's right. True. I'm
trendsetter.
Right there. There you go. And it's I may not look like it right now, y'all, but follow that Instagram. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out the drill a little bit. But yeah, no, for real. Like, I think that's the biggest thing. And I'm not going to give nobody the whole 9 to 5 spiel and all that stuff. Been there, done that. Now I'm not doing it, not because, well, it was by choice, but also I'm looking for something better. But I deserve to have more free time to take care of my craft. That's just me personally. It's a struggle. Don't get it wrong. It's a struggle. But when I made that decision, I had more access and more freedom to a lot more doors that were open to me that I couldn't open myself. I would say that. Meeting people like you and MJ and KT. What day was that when we had the panel? What day was that?
Oh wait, don't get 16. I don't know. Don't get me the line.
Dag.
It was a weekday because I had to leave up out there. I had to get up early the next morning.
Okay, because it would have been probably a normal off day for me for my job. But let's say that it was on a Saturday. I would either have to make a choice to either call out to be there, which is what I probably did because it's me, or I had been at work just suffering, thinking, what if? I would have never met BK, you know what I'm saying? Like, or even if I did have a job during that time, a 9 to 5 job, and I worked today, I would have never met you, BK, you know, Chelsea, nobody, KT. I would have never been there. And then even from that, I actually got offered an interview for next year with another podcast show on the Hip Hop Network TV for next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, God, we set us up for next year already. We ain't get there yet.
I got one too. Shout out to Nona Carey.
That's who it is. That's who it is. Yep, that's who it is. Shout out to her. And yeah, like, got set up for next year. And she said, I didn't get a chance to talk to you directly, but I'm a fan and I really want to get you on the show. I'm like, all of that would have never happened if I wasn't there. And even meeting Chelsea, because Chelsea even said that, she was like, you're right where you're supposed to be. And sometimes it never feels like that. But that's for you to find out. You know what I'm saying? But don't, and that's something I'm learning too, but don't think that when you do move or make that choice to go somewhere new or make a new decision or something, even if it's like an investment, you're taking a leap on investment for your business, whatever it is.
She done froze up, y'all. We gonna go ahead and bring up one of her videos real quick. See if we can bring her back. Oh, you back?
Yeah.
I was about to bring up another one of your videos while we was waiting for you to come on back. I was on the move.
I cannot. But yeah, just go after it and do it, because the worst you can do is never do it and you don't find out. That's the worst you can do. So if you feel like you should take a leap or make that investment or make that move for your business, your goal, your vision, dream, whatever it is, just do it. Even if it is you having to up and leave and move, do it. And the worst that can happen is it doesn't work out. But even if it doesn't, you just learn, go back, reiterate, and go back. Like, that doesn't mean to never try again. People feel like when it doesn't work out the first time, oh man, no. Try it again. Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep trying. That's the best thing I say. Do not give up. Not just on your dream, but on yourself. Because when you give up, you're not just giving up on what you're working towards, you're giving up on you, because now you're telling you, yeah, you can't even do it. That's like you literally looking in the mirror and telling yourself, no, we can't do it. Don't do that to yourself. Seriously, go and try. There's only one life to live. Every single day, somebody is losing theirs in the middle of doing whatever they could have been doing. Just keep going, because, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to have a situation where, you know, it is your time and your obituary is kind of, you ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? People don't remember what you did because they don't know you, and they don't remember.
Think about that though. Like, a couple things come to mind. One is a corporation will pay you a check to never chase your own dream.
Oh,
yeah. December 21st, I got offered 2 promotions in the same interview, and I didn't take either one. And about a week later, I was out because I knew I needed my time.
Yeah,
I need my time. You know what I'm saying? I knew, I was like, man, I'm a hustler. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business. You know what I'm saying? So now that I got my time, I'm able to create. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I'm able to network. And like you said, it gets hard, but what I try to get people to understand when I'm talking to them, you're either going to be stressed working at 9 to 5, trying to figure out how you're going to pay them bills, or you're going to be stressed chasing your dreams and having peace of mind and figuring out. Because if you're a hustler, you're going to figure it out regardless.
Somehow,
you're gonna,
even if you got to ask for help, it's okay. Just
yeah, it's okay, man.
It's okay. Because we're living in a time now where everything is more expensive. Stuff is completely out of control and out of whack right now anyway. And I'm still learning that too, because sometimes I don't even feel like asking for help. But, you know, I'm 25. So it's just like right now, it's about me taking the time to get there, like somehow, some way. But I'm only going to be able to get there if I have the time to do it. If I'm at somebody else's job doing their time, I'm not going to have much time for me. And that's the conclusion I came to. So I totally understand. Like, they will literally pay you to not have no time for you, and I'm just not going for it no more. I was doing security, so 12 hours? No.
No. Heck no. Hey, I used to do I was doing warehouse for like 12. Now,
I did
the other thing, the other thing about just going, my man Freddie Williams, he'll be up here tomorrow. He gave up a piece about burning the boats, and he said, basically a general led his army to another country across the water, and once they got there, he told his army to burn the boats. And the soldiers looked at him like he was crazy. They were like, how are we gonna get back? He said, once we conquer this land, we'll go back on their boats. That they become ours.
Okay.
And that burning the boats piece is to say, man, sometimes, as you said at the top of the hour, the best plan is no plan. You know, that was one of the first things you said. I'm one of the people that listens. I pay attention. You were talking about faith, and you were talking about you didn't have a plan, but he does. As a hustler, no, the hit's gonna come. The hit's gonna come. Whether you're working a 9 to 5 or you're hustling, the car gonna break down.
Yeah.
You're gonna
sometimes your own job is still not gonna be enough, because my job was still not enough. I was still working my job, and then on my off days, I was delivering for Amazon Flex. Like, it's because of how more expensive stuff is. A regular 9 to 5 is unless they raise the minimum wage, which they're not. At some point, it's gonna be like, you know what? What's the point of me doing this job? I might as well just go ahead and be my own hustler, entrepreneur, and chase my dreams for all that. Like, and that's just where I came to. You might as well.
No question. Let me ask you this. We titled it The Comeback. We nearing the hour mark. We nearing the end. We didn't even really get into it. I feel like you touched on it because you talking, man. You gave up a lot tonight, but it's titled The Comeback. You had texted me. You like, yo, just I always ask my guests, hey, what should we title? What do you want? And you were like, just call it the comeback. Why?
Yeah.
In case anybody's wondering why that was going across the screen.
So I felt like ever since that whole label situation didn't work out, I had been on this mission to come back to shock them and anybody else who doubted me, because I feel like this is my Phoenix year. And if you don't know the Phoenix rises from the dust and the ashes. Fiery and lethal. Like, so I call it the comeback because, one, I have a song called Comeback, a new song, not even out. I have been working on a brand new quality of my sound. I've been working on a brand new direction. I've been telling myself, go in the studio and make yourself some hits. Like, we're not making regular songs. We're going to make these hits. And it's called the comeback because a setback prepares you for that comeback. And I know my comeback was going to be way bigger than what I probably feel inside. But it's called the comeback because I'm ready to come back for what's mine. Like,
let's go.
Everybody or anybody that's ever ignored me, played around with me, didn't believe in me, said I was a sad story, wasn't going to make it. Oh, when you see me again on your screen or you see me again in person walk by, you guys, oh, ain't that? Yup. Yeah. Remember me? And then even that label, like, it's going to be a message for them too, because it's like, you cut off one of the best ones for no reason. But it's okay. Say less. When I come back, y'all are going to be sick. And you're going to wish that you didn't do that. You're going to wish that you're going to be asking for me to do features of your artist. I'm going to tell you straight up no. I don't care how much you're paying me. I'm going to tell you no. Because you told me no. So I'm just ready to come back for next. I'm ready to I'm ready to step on hoes so hard. What Cardi say? That my foot gets stuck. Okay. Like, and that's my song. Shout out to Cardi B and Glorilla period tomorrow too. Like, that's my song. But no, when she said that's really real. Like, I plan on coming back so heavy and so hard that it gets so stuck that there's no way to get rid of me. You're gonna see my mark and my brand everywhere. So
that's what's up.
I'm doing my best to prepare for it, but like, oh, how? Because finance.
Ain't no party. We just talked about that. You just go.
Yeah, and I've been going. Ever since then, I let that moment when that happened and it didn't work out, I let that be the battery and the fuel power to my rocket power now. Yeah. Like, seriously. And I have not let up. I have not given up. I'm not going to. So just know when I come back to the scene and I'm on BET and all the other places that y'all don't have access to, you know why? It's the comeback.
It's the comeback.
It's the comeback.
It's the comeback like never left though. I think that's what it is. Because I think at the end of the day, sometimes people don't catch on, man. They don't catch on till it's too late. We do it, man. We do it in relationships. We do it with opportunities. We do it. We do it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's unfortunate because, man, I got a few exes that, they caught on too late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I got a few business partners, man. They caught on too late. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. I'm like you. I learned from it. And like I said, like I was saying, man, you never wanted to work out the way when that first big opportunity comes, we like, man, that when we put all our hopes, and man, I'm here to tell you, yo, I done lost enough opportunities and messed enough up to still end up where I'm supposed to be, man.
Yep.
And that's just hopefully some inspiration. I'm telling you, man, true story. I've been through hell and back, just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So keep going, man. Salute to you. I'm definitely we gonna definitely have to chop it up because I got, as we talking and I'm learning. Definitely got some stuff to chop it up about, man.
Yeah.
What I like to do now at the end of the show is really just give you the opportunity to shout out anything you want to shout out. Maybe you don't want to shout out anything at all. The radio, whatever it is, anything, and then also a message. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's on your mind, man. A message to the world. Maybe something they need to know about. Whatever it is, like just something from your heart to the world.
Got you. So, first of all, once again, follow me on all platforms at Real and Explicit, not exclusive. Explicit. People say exclusive. It gets my nerves. Explicit, guys. Explicit.
I started looking like,
oh. Did I get it right? Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah.
I do follow back. I do engage. I'm a very engaging person. Seriously, I am. Shout out to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, God, because it's not me. I tell anybody, I'm just a vessel. I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it, and I'm just here to share my light. That's what my purpose is, I guess, and that's what I'm doing. So between making good music and interviewing other dope artists and creatives, that's just my purpose. So I'm walking in it. Shout out to 106 Live Radio Bridge Club crew. Shout out to DLE Radio. Shout out to my Scallywag gang. You know, y'all been with me for good. Y'all been following me since the beginning. And even if you, yeah, it really is. Even if you just hopped on, shout out to you because either you have impacted me, you have motivated me, you inspired me, got my ass, you know what I'm saying, just to get me right and been there for me or helped me out when I needed help. So I shout out to everybody, the entire Scallywag gang in the building. And my parents for their love and support, my entire family for their love and support. Support me to even move here for my dream. Shout out to my church. Shout out to them for just holding me down spiritually, but just always being there, having that good guidance. And boom, you said message. I think the biggest message I could give to people is, it's gonna be cliche, but it's true. Never give up. Seriously, like don't. Even with the times we're all living in right now, it's very easy to get dismayed and discouraged. One thing, whether you know the Bible or not, it's no judgment again, but this is still a practical tip because it's true. Walk by faith, not by sight. You know, just believe in what that vision and that dream is you have in your heart. And I promise you, it is in you for a reason. Don't worry about everything around is falling apart, because what may be falling apart might just be falling in place. So trust the process. Never give up. Like, no, yeah, like, no, because these are things that I'm being told.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
What you think might be falling apart might just be falling into place. But you have to realize when things fall apart, demolition, what do? They build it back up and make something what? Bigger and new. It's the same thing in life. So walk by your faith, whatever your faith is in, even if it's just yourself, shoot, you know what I'm saying? But walk in that vision that you feel in your heart and your spirit. And don't look around with all the chaos around you, because once you pay attention to more of the noise and chaos, that whole vision is going to be wiped out and ignored by the time you keep paying attention to everything else. So no, walk by faith and not by sight, and seriously, don't give up. And if it is that something that you want to do and you're like, that means you should do it. The moment you feel like, no, do it. Because you might as well just rip the Band-Aid off. Just go ahead and find out. You might just be surprised. But just to reiterate what I said, when you think everything is falling apart, it might just be 9 to 10 times out of 10 falling into place. You got to trust the process and just be patient. And please, don't give up before you get there. Just be patient. These I'm telling you lessons that I'm literally learning currently to this very moment I'm talking to you guys. Seriously. So you never know. You really might be this close. Like that shit can happen literally tomorrow, Saturday, next week, next month, first day of December, first day of January, going into New Year. You never know. But if you stop, it's gonna be way harder to come back. So yeah, if just follow your dreams, man. You have that dream implanted in your brain for a reason. Just follow it. Even if it don't make sense, follow it, because it might just surprise you. So yeah, it's my little message, I guess.
The message is fire. Just do it. Because you know, as I like, you know, I always like to discuss what I've learned. Just do it. Keep going. Could never be more true. Hey, I'm not ashamed, man. I used to be a drug dealer, all that, right? Hey, came home, changed my life. I was selling hot dogs, Chicago style hot dogs on the side of the street. Two places in Atlanta. This is crazy. The first place was on MLK, right across the street from where we did the panel.
Mm-hmm.
The other place I was selling hot dogs was in Tucker, Georgia, 2 blocks from where I opened the school at. And I went from I went from pulling the grill out my SUV to, you know, hiring people, getting people licensed. And yeah, man, we blessed. I tell people all the time, just because you got a business, that don't mean you're rich. No, we're not that. But we blessed to be in the experience, like Real and Explicit said, man. We learning. We done took 1,000 hits. We done lost people we thought was going to be here with us. We had to take a lot of what we didn't have to invest in what we wanted for the future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
don't let that discourage you if you have to do that, it's okay. Because let me tell you something, baby, you got to see it as a seed. And we're in the harvest season. Follow me. I don't mean to preach, but I'm just saying.
No, it's real though.
Fall is the harvest season. So, and because I had to sit myself and calm my emotions down, because I was like, I don't get it. But I was like, but it hit me. I was talking to my homegirl, and I said, hold on. We are in the harvest season. She said, And I said, so all October, I done planted all those seeds. And she said, Like, I was like, oh, okay, man, I get it. And when you plant seeds, they take time. You're not going to always see immediate results, because if you plant a flower, put the seed in, you know, in the beginning, you're a little bit extra because it's a seed, baby. You have to make sure the soil's right, temperature's right, water's right. You know what I'm saying? But when it's in the ground, if you're not watering it, you got to leave it alone, or it's never going to take root. You got to leave it alone. Sometimes I'm running, for instance, I'm waiting to hear back from some labels. Like, hello, I done sent you my music. I done talked to you in person, A&Rs in person. No, they went, hello, offices are closed right now. It's fourth quarter. You know, on top of that, persistence is key. Yes, sometimes you have to keep contacting folks. As you should. I encourage it. Kanye West did it. Look at him. Well, not now, but look at him when he got there. But like, still, he was a persistent person, and that's what made folks say, you know, let me check him out. Sometimes it's good to do that. Sometimes it's best to let it be. Let it sit there. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like, don't be discouraged if you do have to dip and get some money to invest in yourself, because it's for the greater good. It's not like you just willy-nilly with it. No, you put it towards your business, and it happens. So, you know, if you got it, you can do it. If not, then find a hustle to get to it, to get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's a million ways. One thing I have become great at is learning ways to invest in my hustle without using money. And that's what I've learned, man. When you get the right people in the room and you start brainstorming, you can come up with a bunch of dope ideas and way. I watch people put together a whole label off their iPhones. And man, and they winning right now. You can do, you know, it's just really, man, if you go into any situation saying that you got limitations on yourself, then you're gonna reach that limit one day, and you're gonna tap out. But if you go into it and you say, hey, man, whatever comes my way, I'm gonna figure it out, you're gonna be all right. Because it doesn't matter. Some of the seeds that we planted through our business in 2020 are just starting to manifest now, and it's been grueling. And it still doesn't mean that there's gonna be sunshine next month. It just means we're one step closer. We can see it. We can see it, man. So when you see it, keep going, because it's not a lie. It's the truth. It's your hard work paying off. Real and Explicit, man. Salute to you.
Thank you.
I'm already thinking, man, we getting ready to do a battle of the sexes panel up here. I got some dope people up here, man. I definitely want to extend that invitation to you. You might want to be a part of it, might not.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be dope, and it's not what it sounds like. It's crazy, but it's gonna make people think. But yeah, shout out to Monique Diamond, shout out to T Spill, shout out to Bronx Bully, everybody. Shout out to the whole Power by VA family. That's gonna get that panel together. I'm getting everybody together as we speak. Yo, this is all my stuff is live. We not doing edits and none of that. We're not doing that because we real, we transparent. We real and explicit.
Period.
I had to say
I even said that caption. It's not even funny. Like, I'm literally a whole caption.
I know, and I want to say this to you, man. Keep going no matter what. When I say like no bullshit, like yo, you got a different sound, right? And it's different, and people are catching on as we speak, but people are gonna catch on. You're only 25. I'm telling you, like that. Yo, I'm 39. 25. Let me tell you something. No harm and disrespect. You got plenty of whatever pathway on the runway left before you can take. I mean, you good, you know. And you in Atlanta, and I think what's dope about you is you network, and you in you about to be in 3, 4, 5, 6 different places. Hey, follow her IG. She had a new post today. You know, you could probably do the modeling thing, whatever. You know, I don't know too much about that stuff, but you're very talented, man. So keep going. Salute to you.
Thank you.
And that's it, man. I feel like we're gonna cross paths, work together, network together, do some things, man. That's it, man. That was fire. You got
go to the Honey TV.
What?
Period.
And shout out, is it bald head scallywag?
It's the bald head scallywag. Hey. When you hear that, you know what time it is. It's me. Nobody else says that but me, y'all. If somebody else does, tell me so I can get them.
That's fire right there, man.
Thank you.
Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up something.
Yeah, I'm getting back. But just some brag, don't mean to brag. My money is physical, give a fuck about material. Got 'em buying my material. Going on is a stereo, spitting fire since an embryo. I got 'em shivering cause my wrist go. Never settle cause I got goals, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
That beat from that song made by yours truly, by the way, just saying.
They know I'm winning. They know I'm winning.
Everything in-house.
Hey, look. Hey, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. They know I'm winning. I keep going and going and crushing and win when I finish, but I have no limit. They pressing my fall and my fire, not minding my business. I'm grabbing my armor, looking 100. Fighting the devil, that's why there's a while I'm under construction, causing destruction. While you interrupting, I'm checking these hoes up. Like, who gonna stop me? Climbing up on them like Rocky. Had to go get them ASAP. Bitch, I'm humble, not cocky. I went through a setback just to win a comeback. Never on standby, I struggle to survive. Now I'm alive. You can say pain in my eyes, yeah, pain in my eyes. Eating the truth, cooking, heating up food. For you know I'm the truth, tryna stand in my shoes. And you know you gon' lose in my flow like you lose. We used to be enemies, now they got a truth. Got a few boys in the stew, whipping it up. Flow shooting out life, but it's better on dug. I'm on that mic, don't go one up and I don't. I'm not back on my own, but that leave me out. Hey, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Yeah, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Yeah, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Yeah, I am a champion. I am a champion. Yeah, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Yeah, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Yeah, I'm a champion. I'm a champion. I'm a champion. Champion. Every hell high, better go home. Better when I get on the throne. All in my zone, blowing O's in the ozone. Better mind your own. Self-made, self-design. Yeah, I'm on the grind. Yeah, to the top. Never will stop. Yeah, I'm on the dome. You already know it. To the top. How I'm gonna win it. I'm gonna get it. Hey, wait, did I mention I'm the one they really asking for? Had to come back and I'm getting ready for a new rain. Pour it down, blessing on me. Yeah, they really tripping on me. Cause they never can beat me. Yeah, I'm going so hard. They mad cause they can never play the part. Now I'm really picking part of their career. Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, I'm making noise when I'm in here. Better throw your hands up. Better stand up. Tell me if you really a champion. Hey, 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 yeah.